Hello there, my name is Jack, and I'm over 1 hour into Tales from Space Mutant Blobs Attack, a game released by Drinkbox Studios, who released Guacamelee, and this game was released about a year ago and has been on Steam for a while now. The gist of the story is that humans have gathered all of the mutant blobs and put them into a prison in a sense, and they've been testing them, and one day one of the blobs manages to escape and release all the other mutant blobs as well. And it's kind of a silly story of revenge, going through a level consuming everything in your path, getting bigger and bigger. There's been other games that have done this, but the way this game does it I find is in a very light-hearted and fun way. It's a mixture of platforming and puzzle, and at the start you are very small. You're in a house and you're gathering small items like dices and pins to get bigger and bigger. But in the later levels, I've grown now to be the size of a house, and I'm consuming tanks and cars, and it's quite cool seeing you grow, because other games generally reset you back to that small size, but this game's quite nice because you get bigger and bigger throughout the whole story. I'm about an hour and a half into it, and I'm about halfway through the campaign as well, so the campaign would probably take 2 to 3 hours to complete. There's a nice range of missions, and it starts off very simple, and it gets more and more complex as it introduces more game mechanics. I think to complete this game in 100%, because each mission has special collectibles to find and a high score in a sense to get different medals of silver, bronze and gold, but not in that order. To get all those things, it would probably require you to go through each level 2 or 3 times. There is also leaderboards for the fastest time for each level, and so it would require a bit of practice to get into those as well. Most of the levels are played from the 2D perspective with standard gravity, but some of the levels mix it up a bit, so some have a kind of a no gravity sense and you propel yourself around like a rocket. Other levels are from the top down perspective, and it's a nice change of pace from the standard levels that we see. The game is supposed to be taken light-heartedly. It's supposed to be a lot of fun, and you can see that from the music style, the sound effects, and definitely in the graphic style, which is kind of a retro theme. It's quite cool to see this company show their love for other indie titles in their own world, in their own silly way as well. The game has a really nice pace to it. It starts off simple, and it doesn't get hard till quite a few levels in where they bring in some of the harder puzzles. Most of them only took me like 10-30 seconds to figure out, but some of them required me to spend a minute or two thinking about the best way to do it, or required me to have quite a few attempts because I'm not the greatest at the game, but it was a lot of fun. It doesn't punish you too hard for failing, and it's not too difficult that I wouldn't be able to ever get it. If this interests you, do please check it out. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you later.